From the writings of Volc the Entertainer, in the 722nd year of the Tuzine reckoning. Within the hall of a minor Meldarine lord I heard a tale often spoken in low voices beside driftwood fires and tavern hearths. A tale of old kings, greedy men, and the Shepherd of Wightmoor. Now whether every word of it is true, I could not rightly say. Sailors and shepherds are both known to embroider a tale when the night grows long enough. Still, there are places even where laughter dies quickly, and Wightmoor is said to be such a place. Far upon the coast of Meldarine Isle lies a lonely moor, where the winds forever smell of rain and salt. There the ancient Jarin buried their honored dead long before the coming of the Lithians. Great earthen barrows rise from the grass like sleeping hills, and nearby stand the weathered stones of Gelimo, older than memory and blackened by countless storms. The Jarin laid their kings and warlords beneath those hills with treasures fit for the halls beyond death. Honey mead sealed in silver urns, torques and collars of wrought gold, fine brooches, swords and spears of such craft that men still whisper of them. Yet the Jarin feared grave robbers as much as any people ever have, and so the druids of old are said to have laid a curse upon the moor. The spirit of those awakened shall not rest until the soul of the evildoer rests beside them. For generations the dead slept undisturbed beneath the grass and stone. But greed grows hungrier over time. In time the word spread through the taverns and docks that the kings of Wightmoor still slept upon untold wealth. And eventually 20 hard men gathered together seeking fortune among the dead. Raiders, grave robbers, desperate souls with empty purses and little fear of curses spoken by forgotten men. They crossed the sea to the western edges of Meldarine and came ashore beneath the cliffs near Gelimo, securing their vessel below the standing stones where the waves crashed black against the rocks. Upon the moor they found a young shepherd leading his flock. The thieves seized the youth and forced him into their service. Up and down the cliffs he carried their stolen treasures while the grave robbers broke open the ancient barrows like wolves tearing into a fresh kill. For 20 days and nights they labored there. They slaughtered the shepherd's sheep for meat. They drank the honey mead from the funeral urns beside their fires. And they clothed themselves in gold of dead kings while mocking the old curses. Yet for all their cruelty, the shepherd would not enter the tombs. No matter how they beat him, no matter how they threatened him, the boy refused. Then came the 20th night. A storm rolled from the sea with such fury that even the hardened sailors among the thieves began making signs against evil. The wind screamed across the moor and lightning split the sky above Gelimo. Then a great bolt struck the mast of their ship below the cliffs, and in that terrible flash the men saw them. 20 pale riders standing silent upon the ridge above, watching. The grave robbers rushed for their weapons, but suddenly their limbs were weak as water. Not even one among them could raise even the lightest blade. Then the riders descended. Down the slopes they came on ghastly steeds, their cloaks streaming behind them like grave smoke upon the wind. No hoofbeats sounded, only screams. The shepherd cast himself face down in the mud and covered his eyes while the dead lords of Wightmoor carried away those who had broken their rest. And their treasure-laden ship had sunk beneath the waters where it was moored below the cliffs. The shepherd awoke alone upon the moor to the sound of sheep bleating nearby. An old herdsman stood beside him, leaning upon a crooked staff, while a great flock grazed in the morning mist. The old man helped the boy to his feet and fed him warm bread and cheese. And when the shepherd had finished recounting all that had happened, the herdsman placed the staff into the youth's hands and said, "Your suffering was not without worth. You honored the oath of the sleeping lords." Then he gestured towards the flock. "These are yours now, a gift from 20 kings who sleep beneath the hill." And with that, the old herdsman turned and walked into the mist. The shepherd followed after him only a short distance before the old man vanished from sight. Some say it was merely another shepherd. Others claim it was one of the ancient druids of the moor. And there are still those who whisper it was the spirit of a dead king walking once more beneath the dawn. As for me, I've traveled enough roads to know that old places remember things better left forgotten. Fishermen west of Gelimo still avoid the cliffs when storms gather over the sea. And perhaps that's reason enough. If you want to hear more about the legends, cultures, customs, or everyday life on Hârn, or anything else about the Misty Isle, I encourage you to pick up a copy of HârnWorld yourself. It's available in PDF, loose leaf, and now hardback formats, and you'll find links where down in the show notes below. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future Hârn lore videos, immersive gaming content, and more from the Game Theater here at Pernicky Rick's. Till next time, keep dreaming big, and may your stories always have the spaces and the settings they deserve.